by hills, mountains beyond those, greens and reds. It's pretty awesome. We're working on that other guy's name. He's apparently the one with the frisbee in the middle there. I can't tell if you can see. He's apparently the third or fourth deaf person to hike the AT. He has like a cool little tablet that he passes around and we all kind of chat. We're working on a trail name for him right now. Shadow was the first choice. We'll see if that sticks. He carries the frisbee in manner throughout the suggestion of Tron. And I'm quite partial to Tron. I think it's a good name. It's even a neon green frisbee. Disc. Excuse me. Man. This trail is gnarly. The PCT is just so swell. Been hearing that tomorrow morning at like 3 in the morning for like the next 12, 13, 14 hours it's supposed to pour rain. Which isn't a huge deal. It might get a little chilly too, but I've been hearing some of the people talking about how they didn't bring rain gear. But we're almost at Warner Springs, and I mean, I brought some rain gear, but if enough people get freaked out, I'm more than happy to use that as an excuse to spend a night in town if I can get a few people to split a room. But we're coming up on Eagle Rock right now, past the 100-mile marker a little while ago. It's a good time to take a break. Last night it was cold. I set my tarp up with my trekking poles, A-frame style. Stayed mostly dry under, but it rained. It rained all night. It's funny, I got up at one point to run to the bathroom, and you could see like we were at a place there was like maybe 30 tents up. It's a pretty common rest stop. Warner Springs, I think I mentioned, and every other tent had like a headlight on inside it. I think all of us were watching Game of Thrones last night. But it rained a lot. The rear trekking pole fell and my tarp collapsed, and I had to get up at like 3 in the morning and fix it, which sucked because the ground was so thick that I couldn't get a stake in, and that sucked. My quilt and my sleeping pad are a little wet this morning. And now we've got a cold wind coming through. It's wet. It's supposed to be like this all day. It's like the AT all over again. After all that talk about how much better this was, which is cool, but look at that. You can just see the weather rolling through the clouds. Today, we got a good bit of climbing. A lot, actually. But because the weather is like this, I'm thinking don't need to take a siesta, so we don't need to spend a few hours waiting out the sun. So even though I got a bit of a late start, waiting for the convention center to open so I can do a quick little ghetto resupply, I can push the full 17 miles to this place called Mike's Place. It has like a water tank, but apparently Mike is usually there. And last I heard, we had a bunch of hikers telling us that he had a bunch of hikers come into his place and had him like helping him work in the kitchen, and they made all these like wood fire pizzas and stuff. So looking forward to that. And then 3 or so more days and we'll be in Idyllwild, where I want to take a Zero or a Nero. Ooh. That's still pretty cool. Alright, I'm gonna put your bike. Breeze it. Guys behind me, and the storm seems to be coming that way. But then I'm going this way. It's like, it's also in front of us. Hey man, we started, it was like, there won't be much rain in Warner Springs. It's probably gonna get hung up in the mountains, and those are the exact same mountains we went up. Wet and cold, but we're just wearing windbreakers. That was enough. It was like 40 degrees, but as long as we were moving, it was good. But the higher up we went, man, it just kept getting worse. Got on the other side of the range, and we just got like pounded with wind. And we're full steam ahead trying to get to a place called Rhys Place, which is another story. But by the time we got there, man, everyone was freezing. We were shaking. We were joking around and telling stories about how that was normal on the AT, and all the PCT hikers were like, why would anyone do that? I don't know, man. And coming down today, it was pretty cold too. Just got this feeling that storm was hung up in the mountains, and the only way out was just to run down them. And we did. And we just took a little siesta in the sun, drying everything out. Man, I haven't been that cold in a while. We had like 8 of us like sardines on this concrete floor. 2, myself and a guy named Justin, were under a dinner table on our pads. Wet wind just whipping in. I have a 20-degree pad, and out here I've either been sweating in it or way too cold because the wind cuts right through it. It's been interesting. Gorgeous though. You can see the moisture in the air. Last night, it didn't really rain, but we're sitting there under the blue sky, like having dinner, and this cold wind came in. You can just see these dark clouds coming. I'm like, oh crap. I was cowboy camping right in a creek bed. So like, 1, I should go pitch my tarp. 2, if it rains real hard, we're all gonna get washed away. So I went down there and pitched it. Had an okay night. It was still pretty cold. I think I sort of found a problem with my quilt in that all the down had kind of like migrated to the sides just from not being in a hammock and like draping it over my chest, I guess. So I fluffed it out real good, had all the down in the center, and that helped a lot, but I still had to sleep with my puffy. Wind came through a little bit, but man, this morning I woke up. Oh, look, the light. Yeah. But I'm like my wind pants and my puffy still shaking. I might have to get another layer sent to me or something. I'm pretty sick of being cold. But yeah, even as I was packing up this morning, further up like the valley, you could just see, like, it was like a cloud, you know, like you could see the moisture blowing through the air. I'm like, man, this is a desert. I know in like 2 days we'll be like dying of heat exhaustion, but man, cold and wet. No bueno. I don't know if it's cloud or like moisture that didn't become rain. It's going. I really love to take a 0, at least an arrow, probably a 0 in Idyllwild. Meet the mare, which I believe is a golden retriever. Rest these feet, man, all these blisters kind of came up out of nowhere. I didn't really have a problem with blisters last time around, except those like first 2 weeks your feet are getting used to it. I just switched from Hokas to some Ultra Timps, and I'm noticing a lack of cushion, but the toe box has been great. So like all the pressure on my toes kind of went away. I didn't even really feel any hot spots, and then yesterday I peeled off my socks and was like, whoa, not cool. That's a cool cactus. So I would love a day plus to let that heal, do laundry and enjoy it. Check out our first real trail town. See Avengers. That'll be cool. Oh, I just slipped my toe and it was a big blister. Oh, God.
So much pressure.
There's multiple ways to hide this.
So it cuts off 14-ish
14 miles.
miles, and then you can have them bring you back out just during the day.
And pop you there.
Leave you there.
Yours
and
too.
pick you up. I'm not gonna go hungry.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
I hear the goal is to come into town with no food left.
These titties take some
You're the wellness.
That's awesome. So Nibble, we're all agreed his trail
Nibble?
name is Nibble?
Yeah, I
Nibble.
like that.
Nibble?
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, you have
Just
to
start making
accept
squirrel
it.
sounds throughout the day to let us know you're hungry.
It's either nibble
We'll
or
stop for
squirrel.
lunch. Squirrel cheeks. Cheeks.
What?
I think what we're gonna do is go up, cut this way, and come all the way around and go around there. If that's the case. See the trail down there a little bit. And Justin. Didn't get a good shot up there, but started hiking with some people. We went all the way up. It was quite a bit further than I thought. Then we came down. Now we're up again. But views of the desert flats. And it's pretty gnarly. I think that's like Palm Springs and like Malibu Springs or some such down there. Not that that really matters to us too much. On the other side of this mountain is San Jacinto, which has everyone freaking out about microspikes and all that good stuff. Actually, I get a view of it in a few seconds. Yeah, it's been a cool day. It's been pretty tiring. My feet are messed up. And here we go. There. Good old San Jacinto. A little bit of snow on top. Nothing crazy. Lots of people have been talking about microspikes though. I know one dude has been carrying a oh hey look, there's me. One dude's been carrying an ice axe and spikes since when? Shoot, I don't know. The beginning, I think. Which is pretty gnarly. Ooh, what do we got over here? I don't know, I never even heard of carrying spikes until Kennedy in the past, but I mean, we're already getting some of the Sierra fear-mongering. Oh, feet! But I don't know, some people are already saying that it's okay up on Jacinto, but then people start talking about Baden Powell, and it's just always something, I suppose. The views today have been some of the best, but man, it's hard to think about them. My feet are... Had some foot surgery over in Idyllwild the other day, yesterday I guess. Popped some blisters, let them drain, let them dry. Taped them up as best as we could this morning and hoped for the best, but most of the toes on my left foot and the heel on my right foot. And some other foot stuff. I guess this is bound to happen, so just gotta get through it. One of those things you push through, I suppose. At least it's not raining. Well, we're going up there.
Not before we go down there.
Oh, that's a nice little steep down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Damn. Water's down there. Camp's behind me. Today was a brutal day. Whoa. Yeah, man, that was a rough one. My legs are killing me. My feet hurt. Wasn't able to really talk. Well, and when we finally got all these climbs, man, there's no way that's a 3-degree horse trail. This newly opened section, we were joking, it's like they got people from Maine or New Hampshire to come here and like finish it as fast as they could, but really screw up those hikers. But soon I'm gonna go, I'll show you my camp in a second, but filtering some water right now. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna lay down, I'm gonna reflect on the day, think about home, think about New York. Hopefully sleep for like 9 hours. Oh, here we go.